discussion here. And your last at bat, I have the scores. There was a pitch that could have gone either way.
The close pitch.
What?
How close was it?
Yeah.
It was close. I thought it was low.
What was the count when you took that? Was it? Did you have 2 strikes?
I think it was
What, 1 and 2?
Yeah.
1 and 2.
And then the next pitch you got the hit.
Yeah. I thought it was low. That's why I took it. But when I saw her caught it, I know he could have rung me up.
Yeah.
But I mean, Kat wasn't getting that call also because she throws her drop low, and I felt like his zone, if anything, was high. So he was consistent like all night with that low pitch. I mean, he was not calling that low pitch, but I mean, he could have rung me up, and I would have been back in the dugout.
Then when.
So that you had a 1 and 2 pitch coming in, and the one ball that was the one
Made
that
it 2-2.
Made it 2-2. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That went into it.
Now when you hit the ball, did you think that was going through?
I don't know. As soon as I hit it, I just was hoping it would get past Dorian. And so all I was thinking is like, sneak it by her, sneak it by her. And then when it deflected, I thought Vicky was, so it was like 4 possibilities to get out. And it felt like it took me forever to get to first because I thought, okay, Dorian has a shot. Okay, it nicked off her glove, and then Vicky could get it, and then it got by her. It was just one of those things where I think it was just meant to be because I've had it the other way where I could just scream her, and it's like they're right in the perfect spot, you know?
It tends to balance out over the course of a season.
You came in and you had to, your whole team had to kind of regroup from pretty disappointing loss yesterday. You went down to the wire and you gave it up. And it looked like you were going to give it up again when the wheels kind of fell off with Sarah up there when they scored 3 and 4 runs right at the beginning of the game. So what were the dynamics going on with the team today? What was going on with Sarah? I mean, did she just lose focus?
Well, we were actually coming in to tonight on a 3-game losing streak to the Bandits. So we lost 3 in a row.
That's right.
So besides even last night, 2 games last weekend. So I think we were kind of talking about that, like, okay, we need to get out of this funk. Like, and even, Lisa Ross, hits a home run, and, you know, we're up 1-0, but that was like it. So it was kind of like when the Bandits scored those 4 runs, we were just thinking, where's our offense? Not so much like, because I think Paulie pitched well, and I think that's going to happen. This is pro softball, and as we see the scores throughout the summer, you're going to see offense get better, and you're going to see some 9-8s and some 7-6s. So I felt Paulie pitched well enough to win. I mean, they got a couple good hits, but for the most part, they really didn't have a lot of hits. They just strung them together. And that's where I tip my hat to the Bandits. They did that last night. They only had a few hits. Danielle pitched a heck of a game, but they strung the hits together. They had productive outs. I mean, they had a bunt, to move over Wiggins, and then Juarez grounded out to the right side. So anyway,
so it sounds like they're able to kind of pick their spots at this stage of the game.
Yeah,
that may be a strength of theirs for the season.
Well, I think they get their hits together. Like for us, we were spread out in our losses. We had usually the same amount of hits as the Bandits or around there. But our hits were like one in the first, one in the third. They had them all together, and they do a good job of that. And we finally did it. So when we scored the 3 runs, it was like for the first time really this season that we consecutively were able to hit.
Hit the way you're supposed to.
Exactly.
Aren't you guys supposed to run away with this league, given all of the national team players?
And I totally disagree with that, only because we have a lot of names, but what makes the NPF so great is that it's the best players in the league aren't necessarily the biggest names. Someone like a Rachel Fulton, who I think is one of the best hitters in the league. She wasn't an Olympian. A lot of people didn't know of her coming out of college, but she's made herself in this league. And the important thing that I feel viewers and fans need to know is that, the Pride has a lot of names, but it doesn't mean we necessarily have the best players. I love our team. I think we have a really good team. But But I think our league is good because of the fact that it allows people to become names, and that's why it's so important.
But people can look at your roster and say,
they do all the time.
And I say, I've heard of her, I've heard of her, I've heard of her.
Yeah, and they think we're stacked.
Right.
And we have a great team, but I mean, we had a great team last year, and we did horrible for months because, to be honest, everyone else was just as good, if not better. And I think the more visibility we get, people know about Jamie Juarez and Rachel Fulton, Lisa Norris for the Racers. I mean, all these phenomenal players that I didn't even know. I didn't know who Rachel Fulton was. I didn't know who Stacey May was. until last year, and then she blew me away with how good she was. So she wasn't on an Olympic team. Who cares? She should have been.
Yeah.